Hello my creative friends. Today I'm going to be doing part 5 of my Need for Speed series. I haven't done a video on all of them, but I do have all the pictures on my blog. I've been using this stamp set, Need for Speed, and today I'm also going to be using Itty Bitty Banners. And I'm going to show you how to make this fun texture. It kind of reminds me of one of those metal toolboxes that you put in the back of your trucks. So I'll show you how to make that, and let's get started on today's card. I'm going to be using the Mojo Monday sketch, and I was very excited this morning when I opened up the website. I was so hoping they would have something like this because I knew I wanted a focal image with the car, and I wanted a rectangle or a square of this textured piece, and this is going to be perfect. I'm going to be doing a little bit of embossing, so I'm just going to use this to capture my black embossing powder. I'm going to stamp the car, and then I'm also going to do the happy birthday banner from the Itty Bitty Banners. So take your black embossing powder, you can take a paintbrush and get any little black flecks off of the white cardstock if you don't want them showing, but I think that the little black flecks, if any show up, kind of go with the card itself, so I'm fine with that. And if you have any of your embossing powder on here, you just tap it back into your container. Now I'm going to take my heat tool and just heat this up. After you have that embossed, just put it in your 2.5 inch circle punch and punch it out. We're going to use the itty bitty framelits to cut this out when we bring the Big Shot out, but we're not quite ready for the Big Shot, so I'm going to set this aside. I tried running the aluminum foil through the Big Shot just by itself, and this is the really thin, I guess, aluminum foil, and it just kind of tore it up. So what I'm going to do to give it a little more stability is just attach it to a piece of cardstock, and you can use any cardstock, you're not going to see it. So I just grabbed this scrap of Summer Starfruit, and you want to just make sure that your foil is a little bit bigger all the way around, at least 1/4 to 1/2 inch on each side, so you can wrap it around here. And I'm going to put adhesive snail on all 4 sides, and then I've got the shiny side down. Okay, the shiny side's down, the dull side is up, and the sticky cardstock is up. And you're just going to fold it over kind of like you're wrapping a present, I guess, or making a bed. And so I like to just turn those corners in and then fold it over And there's your piece ready to emboss. To add texture to our aluminum foil piece, I'm going to take the Argyle embossing folder and I'm just going to set my piece in there. And I'm lining up these diamonds, or at least trying to, so that it will emboss straight. For my big shot, I use no tabs, so both tabs are going through here. A clear cutting plate, my embossing folder, and another clear cutting plate. And another clear cutting plate. And run it through. And now we have this lovely texture. While I have the big shot out, I'm going to take the framelit from the Itty Bitty Banner. Let me see what this is called. Bitty Banners framelit, and I'm going to cut out the happy birthday sentiment. So you can use a post-it note if you have that, but I'm just going to attach it. And the reason I use some kind of low-tack tape is so that it doesn't shift and slide and go all wonky on you. So again, no tab, I guess tab 2, I don't know. I keep this completely closed, add a cutting plate, what I'm going to cut, and another cutting plate, and then go ahead and send it through. Oops. Now the last thing I'm going to do is to take one of these, I think it's this third one, it's the Window Frames collection, Window Frames Framelit, because if you'll remember in the sketch, this has a scallop circle and I don't have that scallop circle die or punch that will fit the circle for my car, so I'm going to use this. I discovered that the window frames work perfectly. And this is the same sandwich. You got your multi-purpose platform closed, a cutting plate, your cardstock, your framelit die, and another cutting plate on top, and just run it through. Now I have all the pieces. I'm just going to clean this up, maybe do a little bit of sponging, and I'll be right back. I'm just about ready to assemble my card, and I thought this would look nice with some brads in the corner of this window frame. So I'm just going to take my paper piercing tool and my piercing mat, and I'm going to do my best to get the center of each of these little corners. Poke the brads through, and then just open them up. And you'll probably have to take a pair of old scissors or something else to trim off the edge. I just use this handy tool to cut off the tips. But here we go. My card base folds open like this. I kind of wanted a different fold. And I'm going to put a black card base. And this paper is, I believe, from the World Spectacular Designer Series paper, Stampin' Up. And this is Calypso Coral from the Calypso Coral Designer Series paper. And I had these little stickers left over from a scrapbooking project, and it has tire treads on them. So I thought it might be kind of fun to add some tire treads since I don't have a stamp that will do that. I'm going to layer those together, and then let me just show you kind of how this is going to go. Got this here. I've got my black square, and I've used my paper piercing tool to pierce it. Let's see. On the back side you can kind of see. It's hard to see in the camera, but in real life you can. And add that put together, and that'll be my card. So let me put it together and I'll show it to you. I just want to mention that I used red sticky tape. That's not what it's called. What is it called? Sticky strip. I used the red sticky strip, one on each side. I didn't want to use my tape runner because I didn't want to mush the embossing on here, but I also wanted something that was really strong and would stick really well. These are Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. How fun is that card? I love this stamp set. I have searched on the internet for masculine cards, and I've been having a really hard time finding any. So I decided, since I have two boys, a husband, a dad, a father-in-law, another father-in-law, a brother, a brother-in-law, I've got lots of masculine cards I need to make. So I'm just going to have to buckle down and make them. And I think this one fits the bill. I think it's a good one. I am going to play with this a little bit, and I'm going to use my cherry cobbler marker and some Crystal Effects on the car and see how it looks all shiny, but I didn't want to mess it up. So I'm going to take a picture of this first because I think this is just the cutest thing. So it is Monday. This just came out, so if you're looking at this card today, you still have time to participate in the Mojo Monday Sketch Challenge. So I'd love to see what you do. Post it on your blog, or let me know in my comments below with the link to your blog so I can see what you did. Hope you find some time today to get a little creative. Thanks for joining me for my Masculine Need for Speed series. Bye!